What's up guys, Mr. SLIN here with another video from a series that you all should be familiar with now. Post a medic demo, get a video response. If you post your medic gameplay, I'll review it for you. Today's demo comes from Max, who's playing an open in an official match for Ozfortress. He didn't have any comments for it. Let's just hop right into the demo. Thank you for submitting, Max, by the way. I did take a look at the stats, spoiler alert. Well, I was supposed to say spoiler alert before you. Anyways, I showed it. Max had 7 deaths and 1 kill. 7 deaths in 30 minutes is pretty good, but it could be improved. I think if you get to like 5 deaths in 30 minutes, it's like, wow, that's a great game for you. 7 deaths, still pretty good game. It's just that maybe you play a little bit too safe or something. We're going to take a look here at this process match. Max Shadow. Oh, everyone's got the Shadow tags. Nexus Shadow. Andre Shadow. I like the name Daddio, but I can't imagine saying Daddio out loud as my team comms. Okay, so already getting into middle, and their demo man is getting wrecked. So you guys should have a pretty smooth sailing mid. Playing a little safe here. Bombers coming in. You're very, very safe. Okay, a lot of damage on the point here, but okay, frags count. You're using the crossbow like a lot. I'm not quite sure why you're using it so much, and somehow you guys don't win this. This is incredible. Trying to get your scout out alive. Props for doing so. Okay, I think that mid was just generally too safe. I actually rarely have an opportunity to watch the demo over from the beginning. So let me briefly go over the mid fight and how I would have done it better. All right, here we go. So at this point in the mid, sorry, I'll move it over here. At this point in the mid, you know their demo man's pretty hurt, which means that the enemy team is behind in heals. Right now, with the way your team is organized, I don't quite agree with how safe you guys are playing. Look how safe they're playing. They're basically back at their choke point. The only person on your team, look at your team. Everyone is very healthy except for, I believe, your roaming soldier who took some damage. Not a problem. Everyone else on your team should be pushing forward. You can throw an arrow at your soldier as you guys run forward, but you guys should be moving aggressive here. Here's a couple ways you could have done it. You guys could have pushed the left side and, you know, taken down those 2 flank players on the red team, or you could put pressure on the deep right side. And because the demo man was very hurt and got pushed off of the health pack, you could have taken control of that high ground there and then continued pushing them towards the choke point while keeping an eye out on the left side of your screen for the roaming soldier bomb as well as the scout. If the soldier got called as hurt, though, you would know that he probably has a hard time bombing you. And that soldier he does end up bombing you at some point in time. See how he's bombing right here? His name is Burko. So he's going to bomb. And what I would have done right here, I can't draw on this, but hopefully you guys cannot see my mouse. Okay. What I would have done in this situation is you can kite behind the rock. That's fine. And then I would immediately walk on the concrete to the left and begin pushing straight at the point. So just like use the rock to put something in between you and the threat, and then immediately begin pushing. That's what I would have done right here. So that bomber comes in, you wrap around. See how you start wrapping around it. At this point in time, you should convert the kill, heal anybody who's hurt, and then immediately push. So kill converted. Now everyone's job is to stay alive, but Nexus goes down. This is going to be fine for you. You're still in a good position. Andre goes for the bomb here. Huffy, not really in position to capitalize on the damage that I'm seeing. Like once that bomber came in, you guys can kind of just coordinate together and push the point. You guys, this is a very winnable mid from you at this point in time. Andre's doing a ton of damage. Huffy converts the kill on the right side. And for some reason, it just doesn't work out for you guys. And I think what really went wrong here at the back half of this middle is that half of your team is on the right side and the other half is on the left side. And ideally, near the, like, at the beginning of the fight, it doesn't matter where you guys are. You guys can just split up. If you want to focus one side of the map and focus fire together, that's nice. Near the middle to the end of the fight, you guys need to be grouping together, focus firing, playing heals, utilizing your team's health packs. You see there's a free health pack on your side of the map that you guys are not using. Those are just a couple things that I would do if I were to do this mid over again for you guys. So we're going to speed this up. We already saw this. All right, great. So it's going to be even Ubers here. And you guys are down your demo man. So Unlikely that you'll be able to contest second point, but if I were you, I would go for a roaming soldier sacrifice right here. Looks like your entire team is walking out, and you guys are going in. Ooh. I like what I'm seeing here. Good frags, the blue team. Great Uber force coming out of your scouts and your soldiers. Looks like you guys are just pressuring the choke point, not using Uber. This is really, really good. I really like what I'm seeing here. Would I have gone for this choke push? Maybe. I think you guys have the right idea by continuing to move quickly. I might have gone sewers if I wanted to take it slower, but I think you guys are doing a great job right now. Unfortunately, Daddy-O goes down, but the pacing, you guys are getting aggressive, and I really like that. And you're catching their medic off guard, which is just incredible. So it's really, really nicely done by you guys. Stacking the point to stop them from getting forward spawns is okay, but they only had 2 spawns, and you know their medic's on like a 10+ second timer. So if he's because he just died 10+ seconds, you don't need to stop him from getting forward spawns. Just continually rolling on through, because there's only 10 to 20 seconds of their medic being dead and you having heal advantage. I would get a lot more aggressive, a lot faster. But you guys have the right idea, continuing to jump in here. I would try to use Uber and get kills, or not use Uber at all. You guys are electing to watch out. Okay, you're going to use Uber to that roaming soldier. You know, I think that Uber was preventable. I don't think you needed to pop Uber there. I don't think you needed to pop that Uber. Go back and rewind it, but I think you could have surfed that rocket away and been just fine. I would pop the Uber if there were 2 players pressuring you, but if there's only 1 player pressuring you, don't pop it. The reason I would pop to 2 players on pressure is because if they're both pressuring me, that means they're both within range to kill. So I'd pop the Uber at that point in time, maybe, and then get the 2 kills, and then roll the 2 kills into last point. If it's only 1 player, I would at least try and surf the rocket, maybe risk dropping, but picking up the free kill is an option for you guys, and then force a second player to come to me to force me to finish off what the roamer started. As you can see now, you're about to do a push into last point, 6 on 5. So it's not as good than if you just, you know, milked Uber. And the best part about it too is that you had full vision of that roaming soldier the entire time. You like looked at him, then you just turned back and like, fuck it, I'm just gonna Uber in. But I would have gone for the surf, played it safe. All right, looks like the Ubers are going to even out here, so we're going to go into fast forward mode. A lot of teams like to play this really slowly. You guys are going for the ye olde sacrifice play. Good trade there by Daddy-O. So that keeps things interesting. And is Andre your sniper boy? He's not. So if you guys are not going to rotate, if you're not going to like swap him out for a sniper, once you get that second pick, once Daddy-O picks that second pick, picks up that first pick, you should immediately try and get the second pick. If you're not going to get a sniper. Because why not? It's 5 versus 4. For them, they're probably not going to push out a last. So far, I would evaluate your guys' play as pretty good. You guys are playing by the books. You guys are playing... I would say the play calling is fairly conservative. Not a lot of movement here, huh? All right, another trade. More waiting. I don't really like... Okay, when the red team is on defense, it's not their job to do anything next. It's your job to do something next. You guys are taking a really, really long time to do something. And the longer you take to do something, the worse it's going to be, because the enemy team is going to start suspecting you have a spy. So I would try and keep the flow moving as quickly as you can, just to, if you do run a spy, which you are running a spy right now, prevent them from kind of getting a sense that you might be running a spy. And right now, like, let me just look at their team. Do they have any idea? Wow, you just cloaked in front of them. Okay, all right. Well, I guess they had no idea at all. I mean, you guys had stalemated them for a good, I don't know, couple minutes. So, surprised they didn't start thinking about a spy, but I don't like how you failed to Uber your other scout Nexus. Yeah, now he gets picked off there. Wow, this should have been a free round for you guys. Yeah. No. Dang. Okay. Here's how I would have played that if I were to do that over again. I'm gonna pick a size that you guys can see. There's a shutter door right here. This thing kind of comes out like this. There's another shutter door over here. This kind of comes out like this, like that. All right. There's like a wall right here. Nah, it's too thick. Like right here, right there. All right. So what I would have done if I were to do that over again is make a decision. You know, there's a ramp. Sorry, there's a ramp that goes up here. Kind of goes up here like this. You kind of get the idea. What color are you guys? Blue? I would have, if I were the medic right here, I would have taken both scouts here and here like this. One scout running up here, the other scout running like into this doorway and then straight across like this. And then you follow in so you can look up and to the right. So I would position myself like towards this doorway. That's how I would do it. What unfortunately happened is that this scout, instead of being right here, he was like here. And when you guys went in this way, he went like this way. And that wall blocked you from being able to Uber him. If I were to do that over again, I would, when you tag on to this scout, use this movement speed to get over to here. You need to be like here, right? You need to be, you need to be like through here and then over here. Once you're on this side of the wall, once you're on the right side of the wall, you're in a good spot. But use that movement speed to get over to here faster and then tag this guy. That would be what I would prefer you did. What you did instead was you kind of hung back and let your demo man and tanked your demo man. And your demo man's going to stand here no matter what. But I think what you're failing to recognize is that you want them to shoot your demo man. So you're sitting here tanking your demo man and your scout is over here dying. This guy, you want them to shoot at this guy. This guy is sticking the spawn doors, right? He's putting a lot of pressure. He can sticky the spawn doors. He can sticky the point. And you want them to shoot at him. If they shoot at your demo man, that means your scouts will have free capture time on point. Who are they more likely to shoot? They're more likely to shoot your scouts because the scouts are actively killing and actively putting point pressure. So you need to be like, I would rather you ditch this demo man and come this way, pick up your soldiers and start putting point pressure. If this guy, if gonna go run up here, fine, he can do that. But I would prefer, like I said, in original play, I would prefer that you go this way. But if you have to go this way, that's fine too. Again, you're creating a situation where your team is splitting up in the team fight, and I don't like that as a general rule. Like, I would not want to see scout, demo, medic, scout, soldier, soldier. I wouldn't really like to see that unless there's no reds over here at all. Because if there's any reds over here, I'd prefer you guys kind of group up together, kill these guys, and then go to point, and then you deliver heals to this side. I just really feel like, yeah, I just feel like that was played poorly. I mean, obviously it's played poorly because you would have gotten the round, but you need to keep your scouts alive. It's much more important than you think it is. And you're playing way too safe. When you have Uber, there's no chance you're going to die, so just go ahead and stick your neck out there, at least for the first 5 seconds of the Uber. After the Uber wears off, go ahead and play safe like you've been doing in this match, but at least for the first part, you should be full on aggression because you cannot die. Nice pick on the medic, by the way, so you should be pushing. You should be getting heals and going for the push. I'm not sure what you're waiting for. It looks like you guys are waiting for Uber, but you need to go for the push. Now, you see how... See, the problem is you guys are not doing anything. Why is Nexus so safe? Why is Daddio so safe right here? Once you get the medic pick, you have 10 to 15 seconds. I said this before. You have 10 to 15 seconds of getting aggressive. When you get aggressive, what you don't want is to like go all in, because the advantage of having a medic alive is that you have the long game. You have the heal advantage. The advantage of the team that lost their medic is that they have more fragging classes alive. If you guys look at the top of the screen here, you'll see there's 5 killing classes on the red team and only 4 killing classes on the blue team. So in a short, very quick battle, the red team has you outnumbered. They're going to win. In a longer battle, the team with the medic will win. So what you're going for in this next situation, as soon as the medic dies, for the next 10 to 15 seconds, you should be looking to trade damage not necessarily trade kills. I mean, kills would be great, but don't rush anything. You're just trying to trade damage constantly because you know that over the course of 20 seconds, they will lose any sort of damage trade situation. They need picks. That's how they're going to win when their medic dies. They also need to get your medic. That's another way they can go for a sacrifice play. So how can you advance? How can you make things happen to where you get some sort of movement? Well, you know for a fact that there's probably not more than like 2 players on the flank, and one of them is probably a roaming soldier. So if they're going to try and backcap you, that's kind of dumb. That's just suicide. So what you should instead do is rotate to somewhere where you can slow push. IT, not the best choice for the slow push. A better choice for the slow push is going sewers. So I would take 4 of your players, clear out the sewers, and you see they have a player in sewers right now. You could have gotten a 4 versus 1 pick for free. That would give you another man advantage. Now you can begin clearing your way through sewers into second point. That's how I begin this push. They're gonna stuff the choke. That's a given. And that's fine. That's a given. But think, if you look at MS Paint drawings, right? You need multiple threats. So if I were to give you Al-Qaeda comes like this, I'm just gonna draw it really crudely. It comes like this. Right now, the problem is that they have 5 players all shooting 1 choke point. That's the issue. So what you need to do is go sewers because that will give you 1, 2, 3 choke points to get through, and 5 players covering 3 choke points is a lot harder. It'll give one of your teammates an opportunity to get in somewhere and begin trading damage. You're not looking for kills. You're looking to trade damage, and you need to do it quickly because Fargoth is already respawning and delivering heals to his team, and that's just a waste of a medic pick. I mean, yes, you have 80% Uber advantage, and you're probably going to win the next play anyways. But what I would have preferred to see you do, what a high-level team would do, is use the heal advantage to take 4th point for free, and then use the Uber advantage to take last point. Now you have to use Uber advantage to try and take 2 points off of that to get the same amount of advantage that you could have gotten off of the earlier push. So you guys are going to go IT. You guys are just taking your sweet time. I mean, yeah. I can see your team's just, as a newer team, you guys are just trying to figure out how the plays work, what to go for together. Again, I don't like the call to have half your team going one direction and the other half going a different direction. Try and get more players going in through the same choke point when you have Uber advantage to really hammer it home. And unfortunately, Nexus, like you guys have split it even further with Nexus going off by himself, getting 2v1 by Burko and Sick Day. So this is just going to end up being a bad Uber for you guys. See, do you see the issue with this Uber? You guys have 2 blue players trying to kill 5 red players. And one of those 2 blue players can't even shoot. So you really have 1 blue player trying to kill 5 red players. And it doesn't matter how many rockets he hits. If he's splashing the damage all around and spreading it out, you're not going to get kills. And that's what you really need desperately. You need as many people in on the Uber as possible without dropping anybody. And if you try and bring 4 or 5 people into the Uber, that's probably too many. So ideally, I like to bring 3 other people, maybe 2 other people with me on that Uber. 3 is too many. 2. Bring 2 other people with you on the Uber. Bring a scout and a soldier, and then you literally just tank both of them. It's okay to lead the scout on the Uber. Pop the scout in first. Just the only thing that matters here is that you don't have anybody dying. That's like the highest priority for you guys. And having someone die when you have Uber advantage is just, it's just going to be trouble for you guys. And look how hard it is for Daddio to clean up those kills over there. He's trying to throw rockets in at rollout, not able to get those kills. Now the Uber's worn off. Red team just collapses in on you guys. And despite having 80% Uber advantage, it's not going to work. All right. So I think I've seen enough here. The Ubers were not that great. Let me draw how that Uber should go down just so you guys have an idea of how you can do it next time. So if, this is Al-Qaeda again, and this is the choke point, and this is IT. All right, I'm just gonna draw this hallway like this, very simplistically. This kind of goes like that. Okay, I don't. This is a rock. Okay, what I would do next time is you have 2 choices. Any play gives you 2 choices. You go for the very quick Uber first aggressive play and the very slow milk your Uber kind of way. Let's go for the second one because that's the one we talked about earlier in this match. So if they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players, what you're going to want to do is spread out through here, as I mentioned, and attack from 3 doorways and get in somewhere. As you start to wedge your way in here, so I'm going to mark it up. 1, 2, and you're going to be here and a couple guys over here. As you start to take ground, the red team has to make a decision. Do I attack and force Uber when I have no Uber at all, right? You guys have 100% and they have 20%. Do I go for the fight, which I know I'm going to lose, or do I retreat and give it up and try and build Uber in time for last? You're forcing them to a decision point. The best case scenario is 6 players spam the medic and force the Uber, and then all 6 players leave and get out for free. That's the ideal scenario for the red team. So what does the blue team want? They want to get a pick here or there. If the 2 blue players can get this kill right here, that'd be amazing, right? If they can get a couple kills, that'd be great. But you're really just looking to take this space for free. So the red team's going to say, okay, we don't want to give up this space for free. So what's most likely going to happen is the roaming soldier will go for a sacrifice play on the medic. So what you're going to do as the blue player in this situation, as the blue medic in this situation, you're going to pretend that you're pushing second point. At the point in time where they jump you, you immediately back up, okay? So I don't have a better way of drawing this. I'm going to try and expand the drawing over here to give you another idea of what this could look like. So just imagine it like this. Blue team, red team. Blue team pretends that they're pushing, right? Red team says, oh shit, they're going to back up and then sacrifice 1 player. At this point in time, immediately reverse directions for the blue team. You're going to reverse directions, kill the lone red player. And while this team is backing up, you've basically created a 6 versus 1. As long as you don't use Uber here, you successfully created a 6-on-5 situation without using Uber. That's the conservative play to go for. Okay, so that's conservative play. Now let's go for the aggressive play. What does the aggressive play look like? Aggressive play looks like, shoot. MS Paint struggles, sorry guys. Al-Qaeda, choke point, okay. The aggressive play looks something like this. Red players up here. Blue players. Instead of going sewers, what you're saying to yourself is, wow, they're holding ridiculously close to choke. They're not here on Spire. They're here very close to choke. So you immediately pop Uber right here and go right here and try and cut all these guys off. And if you can get all 6 players to collapse on them, that's the ideal situation. What you instead went for is a mix of the two. What you instead went for was you read the red team, but the red team is playing conservatively, and you end up popping Uber with most of your teammates playing conservatively. Over here, and you guys were over here, just 2 people. That's not what you want. So yeah, if I were to do that all over again for you guys, I would say if they're playing this far back, take the ground for free. Don't use Uber, then immediately kite away and kill the roaming soldier right here. That's what I would do. If you're going to go for the aggressive Uber and they're playing conservatively back here like this, I think you had the right idea by going IT, but I would take the soldier scout underneath. You could take an upper too if you wanted to, but take them underneath, pop the Uber right here, and then instead of going this way around Spire, go this way around Spire and cut them off at the shutter door. That's what I would. And then have these 3 players coming in from this side. And now you have like a sandwiching action where like you have people coming in from this way, people coming in from this way, and you're like collapsing on them. Just like what the red team did to you after your Uber wore off. Okay, that got really, really high level. If I were to distill it down to like something actionable that you can do for the next scrim, yeah, when you call your Ubers, be decisive. We're going for a push. We have 80% advantage. So your team pushes up to the choke point and makes a decision. You push up to the choke point like this, and you make a decision. Is the red team here, or are they back here behind Spire? If they're close, you Uber into them. And you're looking to get at least 2 kills. So if there's only 1 player, don't Uber. But if there's 2 or 3 players, Uber in and kill the 3 players and create the 6-on-3 advantage. If they're playing back, then you should instead try and take all of this ground for free using number advantage and positioning and bait them into fighting you. If the red team backs up, amazing, you get the point for free. If they play close, you Uber into them and then you kill them right here. All right, that's all I have to say for this video. I want to show you guys some high-level gameplay of someone doing this properly. So what I'm going to do is take a look at some invite matches later this week. Hopefully, I can explain to you guys how to take those uber advantage plays into the next point from some high-level gameplay. But hopefully this makes sense. Hope you enjoyed watching. Catch you guys next time.